The Mercedes E-Class E63 as the estate or T-Modell we call it in Germany, the top sports version of this estate or T-Modell variant. We will tell you everything you need about technology, exterior and interior wise, and already start here in the front. Big difference here with the E63 version is that the hood is not connected to the headlights here, or headlamps. The hood is cut inside, and that you see it's totally surrounded by everything else around it. That creates a sportier look. The AMG front is here with the two horizontal fin grille. I prefer more the diamond pin grille, which you see in the E43. Or what do you think? And very strong air intakes here in the diamond white color, crystal clear, and with a black contrast in the lower part. This one is also the 63S, so even more horsepower. And the headlamps, they come with LED, but then also the multi-beam, which you can see here, also for the high beam, is optionally available. And we'll start here also with the engine, because this one here is the hand-built AMG motor. You can also see it, who actually built it together. A V8 bi-turbo engine in the 63. It's 571 horsepower or 612 if you pick this one here, the E63S. Of course, abundance of power to get it all on the road. And even more, of course, than in the E43 version. But you also have more weight. You have to bear that in mind. It also comes with a new speed shift dual clutch transmission and also variable torque distribution from front to rear axle to adapt on each driving situation. And that is all combined in the 4MATIC Plus, so all-wheel drive here also for the top sports version to get the power on the ground. 4.92 meters or 16'1" is the total length of this vehicle, so also 10 centimeters longer than the coupe or convertible version. So huge 20-inch rims, for example, also to leave space for a big carbon ceramic brake caliper you can see here. In the front it would be even bigger. Then in general, of course, the estate version here got a design line at the door handles, and then it's of course characterized by more space in the rear. Has a coupe-like ending in the very rear. Here also equipped with a night package that has the dark chrome, the dark frames here around the windows. Also black contrasting mirror caps, so for a dark look. Here AMG logo or E63S. Horizontal taillights with a small Mercedes logo right here. I like those details. Here, right there. There it is. Very nice. And then a huge diffuser in the rear end for that V8 engine. And yeah, it does have a pretty spectacular sound. You can check that one out in our sedan review of the E63 already. The driving won't be so much different. And always nice to see those crystal taillights. You see with this crystal structure inside. If we open the hatch, electric one. Here we go, and well, this can actually be a performance family car here, by the way, with a nice floor mat you can put out and then, for example, just wipe it with whatever. And you can also electrically fold the seats. Here we go. It's a 2/3, 1/3 split, so a pretty handy solution. A lot of room here for an estate. That is probably the most versatile sports car there is. So let's get inside here. Usual E-Class central layout here, then with carbon fiber accents. How to control the seats is always very sculptural. Also the optional sound system, ambient light according to it. So just spectacular always this E-Class interior. However, the E63 has one flaw. An E43, for example, is available with Alcantara, or it's called Dinamica at Mercedes, other brand, on the inside, and then leatherette on the outside. The E63 then is not with leatherette on the outside, but always with real leather. Or here there's real leather on the inside, or here's some microfiber. So the E63 is the only car that is not available with an animal-friendly interior. So I would always go for the E43. Here the steering wheel, that is interesting here with the Alcantara, but then why didn't they put Alcantara all around the steering wheel? That would have been even better. But in general, I like those Alcantara steering wheels. They offer you good grip, are very sporty, and they can also improve the comfort in everyday driving, for example. So I slide back the seats. You can also just lengthen the lower area of the seats, for example, so good adjustment. And you do have really great comfort always in the E-Class. But of course, it would be even better if we would have better seat service options for the E63. In general, Mercedes is offering good options there, but certainly not for the 63 version. So, very comfortable for sure from the seat form. I'll also put it right down that you can see the maximum headroom. Here a little bit limited by the panoramic roof. I'm 1.86 m or 6'1". If you want more headroom, then leave out the panoramic roof, especially for the guys there behind. Here you can also see the carbon fiber style that is reserved for the 63 models, and I think it's better than having the shiny black glossy surface. Looks more modern and also doesn't collect so much fingerprints, but my favorite would be the one we recently had in the E400 Coupe in the full driving review with the matte open cell wood. It feels so natural, doesn't look old or old-fashioned at all, but still gives them, a natural modern touch to interiors. And the difference is you can actually grow trees and cut them in a sustainable way, but you cannot cut animals in a sustainable way. So here also infotainment-wise, here again the optional system. You can also basically get analog gauges. On the left side you control it with your left thumb, and on the right side, no key inside. On the right side, there's another 12.3-inch. It would be that smaller when you go for the basis infotainment screen. That also is not changed here in the AMG version. And the air vents, you can already see one here. Those are a little bit different than the ones on the inside. Those ones are a little bit bigger, but always again a very strong setup here from the look. Controlling infotainment system, as I said, with thumbs here, or also here it clicks quite nice. Also with turning and pressing. There's no touchscreen available. There will also be different driving modes, also suspension-wise available. The suspension is still an air suspension, but it is an AMG optimized air suspension. So when I have that one, it's stiffer. We have been driving the E43 and the 63 as a sedan, and we were amazed that it was still an air suspension, but it had so much contact to the road. The question is, of course, does it make sense to make a sporty air suspension? Because air suspension you usually do when you want a very soft, a very superbly comfortable ride, but then you make it stiffer again to make it sportier. Does that make sense? I'm not exactly sure. But from what we have experienced, the ride was very good and sporty at the same time. So it does work, especially as you can adjust it, the stiffness in the different driving modes that are available right here. And then we can also get in the rear. And yeah, Michel is going for all the not really one take, but almost one take today. So kudos, by the way, also to Michel. He's doing a great job here today, keeping us fit here in Geneva. So, and here we go with the rear. And you do have a lot of room also in the rear from the Estate. We tested that earlier when you had the normal Estate review. So also knee room, and then headroom is okay here, but again, if you want more, then leave out the panoramic roof. That would be one solution. But a good comfort here also in the rear. That is, one of the very few super sports family cars. But I mean, we had different aspects, exterior, interior, driving-wise, weight-wise, that I would usually tend to, look at the 63, maybe listen to an Autogefühl review, listen to the sound, but then probably realistically buy the 43, because it's not always about getting the top version, but even something in between maybe.